Okay, so continuing on now, we have everything written in. Excuse this little mess up here, but this is on the space above F. So you have E right here, which is what we just saw a second ago, and from there you just go up. The next space above E is going to be F, and then G is the line, and then the musical alphabet stops at G, so you're going to head up to A on the next space, then B, C, D, E, F, and then we have something called ledger lines and spaces that are above and below the clef. So above the F line is going to be a G on the space. And then if we want an A above that G, then you need to draw a little line like so. And that just kind of represents that you're on a line and not on a space. Even though it's not a line, that's technically one of these 5 lines on the staff. So to memorize these things, we have these little phrases, I guess, people memorize. The one that most people use and that I like to use for treble clef is gonna be every good boy deserves fudge. And this is to memorize your lines. So the first line is E for every, the second is G for good, the third is B for boy, the fourth is D for deserves, and the last one is F for fudge. Same thing when you're memorizing your spaces, but the spaces are face, so F is the first space, the second space is A, the third space is C, and the last space is E. If we're going to find a ledger line or a space above or below the staff, then take what you know and then build off of that. So start with, you know F is on the top line because every good boy deserves fudge. So if you go a space up from that, you're going to have G because of the musical alphabet. And then if you've counted up and found G is the space above the top line, then you count up one more, and above G is A, so you know that A is going to be the one right above G. And that's how you find your spaces and lines outside of the clef. And then down here, same thing. You have E for every is the bottom line, and you need the space below it. So in the alphabet, D comes before E, so you're going to go down to D, and that is the space below the bottom line. And you can go so on, backwards or forward up from here, as many as you want. Let's move on to the bass clef, which is also called F clef because these 2 little dots are over the F line, which you'll see in just a second.